so thankful that you could all come together here today in support for the Wet'suwet'en and the Gitxsan.
For many, the fight over the pipeline is a fight over control of their own traditional territory.
It's not what we expected from Canada.
This hereditary chief is angry about how things went down yesterday.
We have a right to stand up. We have a right to say no. They have no right to listen to industry and being ordered in to treat our people the way they did.
This is sovereign Wet'suwet'en land. You are trespassing.
Get down!
It was a chaotic scene. 14 people were taken away from a blockade in handcuffs. Many fled to another camp further down the forest road, which also falls under the court injunction.
We have to enforce the injunction as per the Supreme Court of BC, and that was our job yesterday.
This has been very, very discouraging, and it was a last resort.
This spokesperson for the pipeline company says it spent years consulting with First Nations.
We understand that there are those that don't share our point of view, but like I said, we want to ensure that all of those lines of communications remain open so that we can find a solution to this issue as safely and as peacefully as possible.
The pipeline has become a very divisive issue with many hereditary chiefs against it and the elected band council behind it. I spoke with the elected chief of the Wet'suwet'en First Nation who supports the pipeline but declined an interview because she says speaking out right now would only add fuel to the fire. This pipeline is part of the massive LNG Canada project. The Haisla Nation in Kitimat signed on years ago. This MLA was band chief then.
So our people could get employed, so they can get training, so they could have a different future, in contrast to what I grew up in.
But for the people here, no matter how big the economic benefit, it will never be worth it. Renee Filipponi, CBC News, Smithers, BC.
There was a big show of support for the Wet'suwet'en First Nation at rallies across the country today. In Vancouver, hundreds of demonstrators took to the streets, shutting down traffic for hours. But in Calgary, their supporters were met by those on the other side, people who want that pipeline to go ahead.
Sovereignty! Sovereignty! No pipeline! No pipeline!
Meanwhile, further east, hundreds more marched through downtown Toronto, and in Montreal, protesters rallied outside the Prime Minister's constituency office.